He's Steve Spurrier, the head ball coach at South Carolina. He joins us on the show. Coach, how are you today?
Hey, Dan. Sorry I missed yesterday. Had a little something come up, but good to talk to you today.
How are the spirits there? I was worried about you.
We've had some tough losses this year. I've never quite had this many in one season. We basically have had 3 games where we had a 14, and a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter and couldn't hold it. And ended up losing the games. So it's been difficult. But you know what? Life's going to go on. We got to regroup. We got to shake it off. I think Taylor Swift has that new song called "Shake It Off."
Yeah,
that's what I told our guys yesterday. We, including me, we got to shake it off and get ready for the next game. We're open this week and go down to the Swamp to play Florida next week. So hopefully we can get our spirits up and give them guys a heck of a battle down there and see what happens.
You go to the press conference for less than a minute, and you took a lot of criticism there. Why go to the press conference at all?
Well, I just wanted to show up and say a few words, and I was hoping they could understand that I was in a very talkative mood. We had a 14-point lead with, 4:50 left and couldn't hold it, and we couldn't make a first down. And, I blame myself for a few calls that maybe we could have stayed on the field and made a first down. But anyway, I was just halfway devastated. And really, I wanted to apologize to our fans. Our fans are so good; they scream and yell and do everything. And it was a big breakdown that cost us last week.
I haven't seen you like that, though.
Yeah, that wasn't much fun.
No.
That was not. That's not the way you want to go to the press conference. I understand that, but I think probably the way we've lost it has added up. And But, you take a day or two. You don't sleep very well for about 2 or 3 nights. And then hopefully you get it out of your system and move on.
Last time you thought about stopping?
About the last 5-7 years. When you have something like we've had this year, you think about it. But like I told one of our writers here yesterday, the plan is to be back. And whatever we need to do to fix the team, we'll worry about that after the season.
You have the preseason expectations. Now, granted, those are people who don't really know your team. Those are, writers, broadcasters looking at. We build you up, therefore you're a disappointment because you didn't live up to those expectations. Were those expectations in the preseason accurate, though? Yeah,
they were inaccurate, but it's okay with us. They think we're pretty good. When I coached at Duke, I used to tell our guys we're just as good as the other team, and I think you really have to believe you're just as good to be able to go compete. But the same media people who picked us to win the division here, the Eastern Division, when they did the all-conference team, we only had one defensive player on the all-SEC third team.
Wow.
We had one guy, a defensive back. We had 3 guys on the offensive second team. So I said, man, they think we're going to win the East, but that's what they think of our defense. And our defense has really struggled this year. We've been a lot better than where we are now. We're basically at the bottom about all categories. But still, offensively, we've not played well, especially in the fourth quarters.
Best team you played this year?
That's a good question. I told somebody the other day, I saw where Auburn was number 1 in some guy's poll. And we lost by a touchdown there, Dan, and we were in the red zone 5 times and got 2 touchdowns. We really sort of threw away, 3 opportunities to beat those guys. And I think it was, 42-35, something like that. But, yeah, we're not a great team, that's for sure, but we've been in the games. We've been competitive, but we can't quite find a way to win them.
Was Auburn the best team you faced?
I think they're the best running team, offensive team, the best defense. Oh, gosh, Texas A&M clobbered us the first game of the season. It's hard to say who's been the best. We've, on the western side, we played Auburn and Texas A&M. So we hadn't played the Mississippis, fortunately, or Alabama. So, we actually had a good schedule. We had a good schedule if we were to make a good run this year. 7 home games and 5 road games. But we're not as good as advertised. I guess that's the way to say it.
What do you think of this college football playoff ranking?
Playoff? Yeah, I think it's going to really be tremendous interest all over the country. And I think it's sort of neat the way they do every Tuesday night. I mean, we all know it's going to change every week, but they come out Tuesday night and give their top four and go from there.
You trust them?
Do I trust them?
Yeah.
Well, obviously we don't have to worry about them right now. But I think they will. Yeah, I think they will try to do the very best they can. I really do.
But I'm looking at the rankings, though, Coach. It's very similar to the Associated Press. So there's nothing that's really different in what they're doing and what we already have in place.
What we used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it usually works its way out. When we just were getting the top two teams, it usually worked out. Everybody sort of figured, well, they're the top two, they belong, and they go play each other. So now we've just added two more to try to decide which are the top four. But yeah, I still think it'll sort of work out. And obviously, if Alabama wins on out, they're going to be in there. If Auburn wins on out, they'll be in there. But Notre Dame, they may have a schedule that they can get back in it, of course.
What's better, your coaching or your golf game right now?
Oh man, I believe they're both not very good right now because we've actually won a few close ones this year, but we've lost our share of the real close ones. But we're open this week. Got an open date. I usually go down to Florida, down to St. Augustine Beach area, and I play about 9 holes, and that's enough. And my mind's on football, but I'll try to hit a ball or two this weekend.
Hey, good to talk to you, and good luck when you go down to Florida.
Okay, Dan. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach. That's Steve Spurrier.